Thank you for joining me on this trip to Route 66. You know, it was a fun trip. Out there before you enter Prescott Valley, I always come across this, I think it's a junkyard of vintage cars. I've never gone up there because I'm afraid I'll probably end up towing one out of there. Here's that gas station that looks like a small tombstone town, entering Prescott Valley. I've always wanted to stop at this national forest. This is the entrance to that national forest. And this is the J.D. Dam, which has obviously been decommissioned. I think it was only decommissioned in the 80s, I believe. I have to look that up, I don't remember. Right across the street is J.D. Lake. You're allowed to fish here. Sport fishing, they call it, where you catch and release. I've never seen any point in that, but that's what they can do here. But since we're all close to Ash Fork, let's keep going.
Alright, if you can see behind me, you seen that sign before? Oh yeah, we're entering Ash Fork. So I'm gonna go ahead this time, and I'm actually gonna go into the town. I heard there's a museum there, so I hope I can find it and take a tour and look around and see if I can learn a little bit more about Ash Fork. So let's go.
So unfortunately, the first thing I came to was this horror movie hotel here. And right next to it is the entrance to that museum and visitor center, which, as you can see, was closed. So it was on to move on to Williams. There's nothing to see in Ash Fork. Look at this entrance. I mean, they just welcome you here. This is a beautiful town. The first thing you come to is this gift shop, or one of the first things you come to, is decorated so beautifully from the front to the back. Love these gas pumps. I don't know why. Believe them from the 20s, 30s, 40s, that era. But everything's immaculate. Can you imagine back in the day, this guy showing up in his buggy here to fill up the gas station itself in this thing? Man, it's a lot of history here. I got some more gas pumps here. This one I've never heard of, Polygas. Want some gas? That's probably not how they did it, but sounded good. I think this pump is from the 50s. Got this nice little car, even though it is a Ford. But obviously, once they did away with those buggies there, they started delivering fuel in this. Progress. Here's where I find interesting. You would fill up a canister of oil to go and put back into the vehicle. Hey, for those of you that don't know, I love fountains so much, and I found this one so creative, so nice. I found this one inside. I'm gonna have to find out, see if I can buy that. I really like it. But anyway, look at all the other decor, all the signs. I love all this. I just wanted to buy one of each. I love these signs so much. I don't know why. I like vintage signs. These are all replicas, of course, but just love them. And everything is so affordable. It's reasonably priced, because you know, you go into these stores and everything is priced. It's doubled, and no, not here. A lot of these signs I can find on the internet for a lot more. So they were reasonably priced. And I forgot to buy a wind chime. I love wind chimes. Teach a man to fish, and he'll play with his fly all day. Show off your rod. Fish naked. Look at that sucia looking at him, trying to look at his rod. Cochina. But if you ever come to Williams, I recommend stop at this place. It's just beautiful. Unfortunately, they didn't have a shirt my size. I was just looking for an extra large. They didn't even have large to begin with, so disappointed in that. this is in the back of the store. They have these displayed as part of a museum because that's really what it is. It's a gift shop / museum. So they have these cars here in the back. You know, I was thinking if I actually lived in that little town, I'd probably fix up this little one right here, convertible there, and drive around town in that thing. I mean, why not? Here on the side of the building they have this is another name for Route 66 called the Mother Road. It extends all the way from Chicago, Illinois to California. This was the main route people used to use to travel. Go find some gold in California. And that's how those middle towns were established. From there, I went to the visitor center. I always recommend you stop at the visitor center. They have a lot of information they can share, what places they recommend you see, and things of interest and information about the town, how it was established. This was actually used to be the last stop between Chicago and California. So if you were coming from Chicago, you were to stop. This would be your last stop before you got to California.
This is beautiful.
And these replica, this is the replica of the town. I always love these replicas. They have so much detail in them. I'm not patient enough to create something like that. So excellent job to, you know, those people who can. But it just looks amazing to me. It looks like a replica of back in the 50s. And I don't know why I like gas stations so much. Gas stations, workshops, mechanic shops. Maybe I was some kind of mechanic in my previous life. If we do reincarnate, hey, if Buddha had it right? If he had it right, maybe we do reincarnate. Anyway, moving on. These just seem amazing to me. These, how everything was so neatly labeled and then set aside. It's beautiful. How about them payphones? Anyone remember these payphones? Not me. This is actually a 50s, 60s payphone, but similar to the ones that had around my time, cost 10 cents to make a phone call. Only you can prevent forest fires. Look at this pizza place now. It used to be a gas station. Now it's just, you know, they kept a lot of the decor, but it's a restaurant now. And here across the street we have Dusty, just waving at people, sitting there waving at people. Don't sit on Dusty. Over here I think we have Dusty's brother singing some melodies. I wasn't sure. I think he was also selling things and singing for donations. Not sure. This is a popular restaurant that people stop at when they go to Williams off Route 66. And there's a hare. There it is. I didn't know that was there. You know, there was a time where I was looking to buy one of these. I kept looking and looking. I almost did. Right now, I am so glad I did not buy it. I just have no need for it, and man, they're expensive. Hard to maintain. You know, if I was to actually spend the night here in Williams, this is probably the hotel I would stay in, or one like this. I like the old hotels, the ones they had back in the day. I don't want to stay in a new modern one, even if it does look like the creepy horror one we saw in Ashford. I saw this coffee place. You know, I had to stop there, and I did. The coffee was excellent. Highly recommend you go in there. Great service. Native American Trading Post. I was disappointed when I saw this. I saw that shed. I was like, oh, it's out of business. Lo and behold, right behind it, the business entrance from the other side. So I like buying things, and unfortunately, it was all closed down. Damn you, coronavirus. So it was shut down for, I don't know if for the day or for the week, I don't know. Hopefully when I come back, I'll be able to go in. Now, if you do come to Williams, I highly recommend that you stop at this store. I mean, look at it. It's just filled with all this vintage replica items. Walking into like Route 66 vintage gas pump right at the entrance, and all these wonderful signs, just like that other gas station that I stopped at. These are also reasonably priced. Actually, they're the same prices. Who knows? It could be the same owners. You never know, because it's immaculately decorated. Look at the largest Route 66 sign ever. I should have taken a picture next to it, but I was by myself. I should have asked one of those kids to take a picture. Many things to buy, many souvenirs. So next time, hopefully, if I'm in my car, I'll buy additional stuff, because on my motorcycle there wasn't too many things I could carry. The funny thing is, here, as I was filming here, I was going around, I noticed, hey, there's my motorcycle. I didn't know I had already circled all the way around, and I lost some footage. But anyway, back to Route 66 to head to Flagstaff. My first stop was the visitor center. And the train station, that actually is it's a real sign that, you know, you can buy tickets and send your luggage and all that. Once I was leaving the visitor center, I noticed a train was coming by, so hey, let me stop, do some recording. The ground was vibrating underneath my feet. You can actually stop all the way up there to where the pavers end, but I had no interest in getting that close. Well, from there I went to the Museum of Northern Arizona, and yes, closed. Daggone coronavirus. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna try to make it up there again, and then head towards Winslow and so forth next time. But for now, time to hop back on my horse, and let's get moving down Route 66.